And I'm joined by Tag and Danny of The Treatment. How are you keeping, boys?
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Glad to hear it. So earlier this week, you announced that your new album, Waiting for Good Luck. Great cover and title, by the way. Who designed the cover? Love that cover.
Bit of a backstory to this guy. He's
the most useless roadie in the UK.
I think he started off as a good friend, and he came down to a Christmas bash once dressed as a Santa Claus, and we crowd surfed him, and he kicked some lady in the head. And we spent about 2 hours calming her down. We kind of remained friends with him, and then I think it was you who asked him. You were just like, "Well, why don't you come out on the road with us?"
Yeah.
We're like, "Well, you know,
because you knew him from back home."
Yeah, I knew him from ages ago, and we said, "Well, can you tune a guitar?" And he was like, "No." And he's like, "All right, can you drive?" And he was like, "Well, not really." I was like, "Can you do anything?" "Well, not really, but I can make you laugh."
Yeah, so we just played £50 a day for a laugh, basically. But yeah, no, like with the cover, we just felt like it's quite suiting what's going on at the moment.
Same with the title.
Everyone's in the position of that cover, so so I thought it was kind of a funny little joke to have, really. But we love the cover. Like it's one of them things. It's like people are going to either love it or hate it, but you're going to talk about it. You know,
it was quite we weren't sure what the reaction was going to be when we put it out. So to see the reaction come back and how well it kind of came and how much it kind of related to people, I think it kind of shocked us quite a bit, because people just turn around and be like, "What are you guys doing?"
I think that's the thing, is it some, like going back to sort of 70s covers and stuff, you can get some covers that are so intense and sort of almost an artwork in the form, and some covers can just be fun, and that's exactly what
that's it. And
loved it when I saw it.
The cool thing is when the album finally comes out, is you'll see there's so much more artwork with him inside it.
Nice.
We did like a whole day of just mooching around Cambridge with him and just being on the piss. And it was just great, just capturing every moment of it.
People are like, "Who's that?"
But like you say, the title also sort of ties in with the way everyone's doing at the minute with Waiting for Good Luck. That's certainly something we're all waiting for.
Yeah, definitely.
So along with that, you dropped your new single "Rat Race" yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, I was saying to you, Danny, I got it sent through to me on the press stuff for the radio show. Killer song from you guys as always, man. I wasn't expecting anything less. But absolutely loving that. Just what you want from you boys. Good hard rock with a decent chorus, and well, the reason I've been listening to you guys for 10 plus years.
I think, to be fair, I mean, we had quite a bit of good luck, really, because of the lockdown. When it first all happened, I think kind of shocked everyone, but it turned out we were all locked in together.
Yeah.
So we actually had, how long did the first one go on? It must have been 4 or 5 months that we had just playing together.
Yeah.
And, we had our rehearsal room. And so we actually had 5 months to we weren't even allowed to do anything else but just play music.
Yeah, everything kind of like worked its way out, really.
Yeah.
Because it's like we went from the initial lockdown when we could write.
Yeah.
And we had all like 3 or 4 months, whatever it was. So we got all of our writing done. And then when everything opened up, we could get straight into a studio. And because obviously no one was doing anything at that point.
No.
We managed to get straight into Rockfield Studios.
Well, that was it. Yeah, we had that bit of magic that no one was actually in there it must have been a couple of weeks after the lockdown lifted.
Yeah.
We were straight in Rockfield, which really worked out incredibly for us. So it was a massive bit of luck, which is kind of quite ironic for the title. We've waited for good luck, because everything at the moment seems to be really working out quite well.
Yeah. So how were you planning to go into the studio anyway, or did sort of COVID and situation change sort of dictate it?
I think Laurie Lov's sort of, he knew all about Rockfield. I've got to say, I'd never heard of it before, and then he mentioned it, and I did a lot of reading up on it. And I think that had always kind of been the plan to go to Rockfield.
With this record as well, we definitely wanted to push ourselves, and we thought like the only way we can improve and get the results we want is to make a change, because the last 4 albums, just the way we've always recorded has been. Yeah, we've always used the same studio, the same engineer, and done it in the same process. And this time we really wanted to push the boat out. So when Rockfield come up, and we've been told that we're going to be in the same studio where Bohemian Rhapsody was recorded.
Man.
we just jumped at the chances.
Yeah,
like, so many classic albums like Oasis are recorded there.
Yeah, Oasis
Queen,
did the first two.
Black
Sabbath have been there.
Like, everyone has been there. So just to go there and just like to suck in the vibe of the place was amazing. And like we probably produced our best record to date.
I think it was the playing live as well. It's something that we'd never done before, and I think maybe a lot of bands don't really get the chance to do it these days.
No, true.
We really, I mean, the budget wasn't great, so we knew we had to get it done pretty quick. Yeah. And it was kind of like it was a sink or swing moment, and we went in, and it was like, well, you just got to do it.
But it's the first record as well where we've actually had like 4 or 5 months to do pre-production.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time, you know what I mean, you're balancing it with like loads of other stuff, tours, and like trying to get out there. But this time we literally had the time to just focus on writing.
Well, see, you know, you can never take 4 months just go, oh, we're not going to play a show, because there's always other bits going on. And it's not just a show, it's, you know, you've got to rehearse before it. Is traveling and everything. But this time it really was 4 months of you're actually not allowed to leave the house. So how do you do it creatively? And that you know, this is what happened. So when we actually went into the studio, we were ready and had that time to work on everything.
That's cool. Well, before Christmas, there was a documentary on Rockfield that I watched.
Yeah.
Okay,
we were actually in Rockfield when we watched it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. We were sat there watching it in Rockfield.
It aired on BBC on.
So
it was on the Saturday night or something. And I remember we stopped recording to go and watch it.
Oh, nice.
And then afterwards, everyone was just like, well, yeah, should we go do a bit? I think we were up to about 2 or 3 after that came out, because you know, so many vibes, and you see all the people playing on it.
And the great thing about Rockfield is because it's a live-in studio, it doesn't matter when you stop recording or when you start. So we were like, well, so some of the takes we were doing, we were going on until like 1, 2 in the morning, just because we were really feeling the atmosphere. You know what I mean? So it was an awesome experience.
I bet. Like, one of the things that a lot of the bands are talking about, the drummers especially, was the drum rooms. They were saying there's a certain magic about the drum rooms at Rockfield. Danny, did you feel that when you were recording, man?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. It's like just the whole studio in general. Like literally, like you walk in and you stood next to the piano that was recorded on.
Probably
meant to stand next to that with that piece of music history.
It's just mad, yeah.
It's quite mad. The echo chambers there. They where they used to keep all the cattle. I think they kept pigs in there.
All right, yeah.
So, because it's an old farm. It's still I think it's still a working farm.
I was going to say, is it still a working farm? I couldn't quite tell from the documentary.
Yeah, it's still working.
There was still there was some horses and stuff knocking around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite scary. One of the ladies there kind of said, "Oh, do you want to go and ride a horse?" Absolutely not.
Yeah, because it was originally two brothers, and they owned 2 different plots of land, and one used to be, was it Mono Valley? Yeah,
no, Mono Valley came later. It was the 2 brothers were the same, and then they split ways. And Mono Valley, which is another like quite famous one, is literally 5 minutes walk down the road.
Yeah.
But it's the original farm is where the studio now is.
Yeah.
So where the echo chambers for the drums are, where they used to keep all the pigs and sheep, I think. But I'm no farmer, so you can't quite me on that bit.
Nor am I. So obviously you released Rat Race's single. Do you think it's a good indication of the rest of the album?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think this album is definitely a lot more varied than Power Crazy, because Power Crazy was definitely more like
proper riff heavy,
like AC/DC, like kind of stripped back rock. You know what I mean? But we've definitely, I think, as far as songwriting and stuff, we've definitely pushed it out there on this record, and it's a lot more of a diverse album.
That sounds cool. The video looked fun to shoot as well, and I saw the video yesterday.
Yeah, we did that at KK Steel Mill.
Oh, that's a great venue.
Yeah. So we managed to get in there to do the video, which was really cool.
And it's kind of the first time we've actually even been able to like imitate playing live all year. Yeah. It's the first time we've had Andy up on the stage as well.
It's the first time we've done anything with Andy as well. Like,
that must have been weird to get up on a stage, like you say, after you boys are used to touring all the time, and then
it's kind of like, you know, we've been locked in for so long, and then we finally got to get up there. It was, you know, the closest we got to playing a gig this year, so last year.
I say, obviously Andy's joined the ranks now. Obviously he joined after the album was recorded, so he took over bass duties on the recording side of things.
So Teo did a lot of it, on the album, and
Lol played.
Yeah, my dad he played some parts on the album as well.
Oh right.
So we got by, because we're all four of us are so close anyway. So you know what I mean. Dad's always there when we're doing songs with us. Like he produces and does everything with us. So he's like the sixth member of the band. So when it comes to recording, he stepped in on the duties.
I was going to say, it's not like your dad hasn't got the chops, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, I've got to say, I think he was showing me how to play a few bits along the way. No, it was an amazing moment, because I think we've come such a long way together that there was such a good connection there, and we didn't really have a choice.
That's the thing. It's like that's the thing. Like I don't think any band has ever been in this situation before. You know what I mean? So we had to make it work any way we possibly could. You know,
and it was as well. With Rick leaving before, I can't remember when it was, but it was just before the lockdown.
The summer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think it was. Must be about June.
Yeah, it must have been. But we didn't really have a chance to actually audition any people, so we didn't want to jump into any decision. Yeah. So it was just kind of the only way we could make it happen was to do it, and we decided to just go for it. And like I said, I don't think it's just a situation any band's been in before. But
no, this is I don't think in this situation.
This whole year it's just about making the best of whatever's coming around, and that's what we did.
No, don't blame me, guys. Don't blame me at all. Like you say, it's been a stupid year, funny year, difficult year, lonely year. It's I know just doing Just Push Play Festival and trying to reorganise all that was a pain in the ass. But let alone doing off what every band like yourselves have got to do, where you're trying to rearrange whole tours and then trying to get your steering.
The worst part is the uncertainty of it, is because it's like a lot of tours are getting booked and then just getting pushed back again. So it's just like, well, you know what I mean, what are people going to do? You know what I mean? But you just got to find a way through. You have. So have you guys got any like tours sort of lined up to support the album? Or we haven't really into it, to be honest, because it's such a weird time. We haven't even really bothered looking into it, because we don't want to like get people's hopes up just to have to cancel. You know what I mean? So we get more of an indication of that there is going to be a possibility of even like isolated gigs or like lower capacity gigs. Then we'll start to look into it. But until then, we're going to focus pushing it online. We might try and do some like live stream gigs or something at some point. But until then, we're just going to try and push the record as much as we can and do what we can bar playing live.
I think it'll be quite a weird one, because we had a lot of shows booked coming into the summer. Yeah, like we were like really getting like really busy, and
we were meant to be in KK Steel Mill. We were getting moved.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing.
We were getting moved into the big room just before lockdown, and then it kind of everything got cancelled.
Yeah. So I think it'll be the first thing will be just obviously rescheduling the shows and probably trying to work that into a tour to support the album. So we're just going to have to see. But like I said, I think it's such an uncertain time at the moment. We can't plan it, but as soon as we have an idea that we can and gigs can go ahead, then fear not, because we're going to be there.
Yeah, but like you say, you guys are used to being on the road, so you know when it's going to be right to get out. And I'm sure Andy is chomping at the bit to finally get to do some live shows. He's time for him to join the band.
Every day he's like messages, "Whoa, what's going on there?"
There's been a few people who've had band members change of lately and saying they were in similar positions to yourself, where new band members come in and then not being able to play out on the road has just been a bit weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one, especially with Andy being in Newcastle. It's kind of hard because we haven't had that time to hang out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel we've been all together like 3 or 4 times since he joined the band. So it's going to be good when we can finally get out on the road and get that unit feeling again. You know what I mean?
He seemed like a really great guy, that I think from the moment he came down for his audition.
Yeah, we definitely gelled.
We gelled straight away, and he just shared the mindset that we've all got of just no fucking about. Let's just get the music done. That's number one, and just not being a dick. He completely got us, and he's such a chilled, laid back guy that I think we knew that he would be right. It's just a shame that we haven't had a chance to spend enough time with him yet. You know?
Yeah, of course.
He's also the tallest bass player in the UK.
Yeah, it was quite ironic.
I was shocked.
Going from Rick.
Yeah, because I was shocked because he turned up and he's 6'7", so he's like 3 inches taller than me.
Honestly, you see, like me and Dad have always been the tall ones, but now like we're like the middle. Poor Teo, like
That's why it's at the back of the photo.
Just to get the perspective right.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's been actually, you guys have had a few changes over the years, member-wise, but every album that you've done throughout the changes, like always, and this is going to sound like a stupid thing to say, but it always still sounds like the treatment. Obviously, like a band normally is built up of components of each, each and every member a thing, and you're quite lucky to find the guys who are still kind of gel that way.
Yeah, and we've got a formula, and we've got Dad, the sixth member of the band, who's a massive part in driving the production side of things. So as far as that, and we always know what we're looking for as well, because like as we had that period with like during Generation Me where the material kind of was a little bit different due to like Mitch having a different kind of registered voice and a different sort of character, you know what I mean? But when we found Tom, we knew, because he was in very much the vein of Matt, that we could go.
Yeah, I was going to say, when Tom joined the band, it did seem to be going back to.
Yeah, and that's where we always wanted to stay, to be honest. It was just due to circumstances of obviously Matt leaving, trying to find the right replacement, you know what I mean, and going in a slightly different direction at one point. And that was the only reason. But our roots were always in what we wanted to get back to the first and second album, you know what I mean? And with Tom joining, it was the perfect voice to get back to that.
Definitely. I mean, first time I saw you guys with Matt, that was Sonosphere Festival's first time I saw you guys.
Years,
and that was fucking great. I mean, like, mate of mine, he lives in Cambridgeshire. He'd caught you guys somewhere along the line. I hadn't caught you guys at that point, but he knows what I'm like for what I love and the music I love. He knows he can pick out a band I've not heard, and if Martin says, "Dude, you need to check that out," I know I need to check it out. And I don't think anyone was on the main stage I wanted to see, and he's like, "I'm going to go watch the treatment." I'm like, "Oh, I'll come with you." And then the crowd seemed to grow as the set went on as well. So I think
it was a really good. I was saying, it
was the Jaeger stage.
There was a lot of good bands on that year. I seem to remember it was like us, it was like Jet Black, Black Spiders. Yeah. There was a load of really good bands on that day, from what I remember.
Yeah,
that was a great day. Black Spiders were great.
Yeah, we walked on, and it was like the crowd from the moment we started playing just suddenly kind of kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you knew it, like it was a decent sized gig, that one. Yeah. You know, it was actually on a truck, that Jaeger stage.
It was, yeah. But no, I just remember going there, like I say, with my mate, and we got down, we're like, decent sized crowd.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, halfway through your set or whatever, Martin sort of grabbed me and went, "Mate, look behind us." And it was like, oh shit. So I didn't obviously like looking and watching you guys play. I wasn't looking behind us. So that was it's the start of it for me.
Yeah, that's the great thing about festivals. Like even when we did the download Pepsi Max stage, that was what 211. Did we do it 210? What was it?
Yeah. No, I think it might have been 213. You know,
we did it twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
But that's the same. Like you go on and you think, oh, there's like 50 punters out there. Don't know how you're going to go down. And by the time you go on, like people can't get in the tent. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's always really cool playing festivals.
I must admit, that's what I liked. Where the way Sonosphere had the Jaeger stage between the two main.
Yeah.
Right, because obviously everyone's
back and forth. Kind of stop and check out whatever music was going on.
Yeah, this is it. Like I did the same for, I can't remember if it was Rival Sons that year or was it the year before 2010. One of the two Sonosphere, 2011 or 2010, same sort of thing. When I go watch Rival Sons, I just about heard of them. I thought, oh, they're playing. I'm going to go check them out live. And then the same thing that happened for you guys, just the crowd kept growing. Because like you say, everyone's got to walk past them and everyone's sort of going, who's that?
Yeah, hold on.
Hang on. Who cares what's on the main stage? I'm going to go check this out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Always good. Always good. So what have you guys got planned for the remainder of 2021? Otherwise, I know it's weird to try and make plans and stuff.
We're going to be having another single come out from the record. That is probably going to be next month or the month.
Yeah,
I think like that. We're not sure of the dates yet, but we're going to have a second single from the album coming out, and then we're just going to push the album. And I mean, hopefully circumstances will change enough where we can start doing other things.
I think it's been quite a weird one because obviously we're still waiting for this album to come out, but where we're back in a lockdown again, we've just kind of been starting to write and just see what happens. And that's all we can really do at the moment. There's not a great deal until summer comes around again. I don't think anything's going to change. But it's just working this album. I think the response we've had so far has been amazing because it's something has changed for us. Like there's a lot more press coming in. there's a lot of old fans coming back on board, and I feel, I don't know what has changed within the band or what's changed from the record, but there's been a complete change in vibe for us, and a lot more interest, which has been amazing to kind of feel and hear. And it was just starting to happen. I mean, after the Buck Cherry tour as well.
Oh yeah, of course, because you guys went out on Buck Cherry, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a great.
Well, that was it, and then we had all these shows booked in, and like, you know, all of them were getting upgraded into bigger venues. That was just amazing for us, and it was like this real kind of like the ball had started rolling, but then obviously coronavirus has kicked in. But now with a new record coming in, I think people can actually see, okay, there is something happening. And but yeah, so I mean, plans for the rest of the year, I don't know what's going to happen. I think we've all just got to sit tight and just hope the music industry comes back ASAP. But until then, it's just kind of writing.
I think it's like the Buck Cherry crowd is the sort of right crowd for you guys to play for people who may not have heard of you guys. You know, I can see why people who go along to watch Buck Cherry went, all right, I'm going to check these guys out more.
Yeah, that was a great tour though, because it's like a lot of the times when we've done supports, they've always been like the really big ones, which are almost kind of harder to capture the following. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a lot of the time the fans get there, they don't catch the name, they don't catch like what they like. They love it, but because it's like such big production, you can't really get backdrops and that sort of stuff. A lot of the time the name slips by. But where like Buck Cherry, where it's a very intimate tour and it's like the club kind of circuit.
So yeah, they're still sort of those clubs.
Very much more in your face and more rememberable for people to like approach us. You know what I mean?
It's been the best club tour that we've had for quite a while, and probably one of the only ones that we've had in a long time. And it was just that right level of where I think us as a band are at our best, because we're right in the crowd, we're up front, we've got something to prove because we're opening up. And it was just a really, really good and great tour, because I think as well, when you go on with like, I mean, the Kiss and the Motley Crue tour was the most amazing thing ever. But, you know, we had no crew, and Motley Crue had a crew of like 130 people. They had like pyro backdrops, the drums are flying around, you know, they've got cannons and everything. And we're carrying our own amps and a backdrop. So when you can't compete with that kind of,
no, of course,
you know, production, whether with the Buck Cherry and a lot of the kind of bits we've done afterwards, it is actually a more intimate show, because it's just about the music.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm a huge Buck Cherry fan. I've seen them countless times, and it's like you say, it's always a in your face, down and dirty club kind of venues, and just go for it. And they've never had no time. In fact, the only time I ever saw them at a big venue, I went to go see them at Stone Free Festival at the O2 Arena. We got tickets to that, and it was. And I think there was a bit of magic lost for him somewhere, because I don't know if it's because I was used to being like down the front,
small,
in the venue, up close and personal, and being down the front, you know, enjoying myself. And then like at the O2, my wife won tickets to go, and so we went down, but we won seated tickets, and I kind of wanted to be on the floor.
It's just not quite the same, is it?
So to watch Buck Cherry in a kind of a theatre aspect didn't quite work for me. I wanted to be
they're a little bit like us in the sense they've had quite a lot of member changes as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With like Keith,
Keith Nielsen went, who was like a major part of that band. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, he's one of the major surprise, wasn't he, Keith?
Yeah, they're still a great band. We love touring, but yeah, as I said, they've got a kind of similar kind of path to what we've taken, really, like in that sense.
Yeah. They have had a bit of a hard run, I think, and it's good to see him back out on the road, but I think it's now kind of come the Josh Todd and Stevie D show. And I think it's strange. It's hard, you know. It's hard, I'm sure, as well for those guys. They've been a band for what?
They're going 98.
Like 99, the first album came out, didn't the first
I think they had a little bit of a break and come back.
Because they broke up after the second album, which is 2002. And came back with 15, which was 2005, 2006, maybe. Something like that.
They were great to tour with, though. Like Stevie D absolutely loved us. He actually got up on the last night with us and played a number, which was quite cool.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he had a big shred off in the old party solo bit.
Oh, nice.
But he was a really big fan. He was a really nice guy as well, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that about Stevie D. I've known a few people to have to, good fortune to interview him or just speak to him generally. Stevie D sound. But you like say you've achieved so much already, like with over the years of touring various bands and obviously working up the ranks yourself. You're obviously saying going up to the bigger rooms
Yeah.
KK Steel Mill and stuff. Is there any goals you guys still got your sights on?
Just we're just one of them bands. We you know what I mean. We just keep going. We keep doing what we do, and do you know what I mean? Like we've been in, like, even though we're really young, we've been in the music business a long time now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, even through all the adversities we've faced, like with members and like stuff like that, we just keep going. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's our kind of our goal is to just like not stop. You know,
I
what
think
I mean?
it's never really been a kind of like goal or anything. I think it's just we just want to be.
We want to be in a band.
We want to be awesome and just keep playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if we're playing clubs or if we get up to arenas or get up to stadiums. Like, we just want to play. I think. I mean, I know on the bucket list would be to open up for AC/DC.
Yeah.
That would be, I think, the kind of final real big legendary bands to open up for. But otherwise, just to keep on the road. And I think, especially in a time like this, I wouldn't even care if we were playing a pub or something tomorrow. Just to get out and play in front of people, and just to switch a loud amp on would be like best. I'm sure for you, just getting behind a kit sometimes is, it's a godsend.
Things are bands like yourselves and bands like Buck Cherry, for me, always to judge you got to watch it live. As far as I'm saying, that's where you guys shine, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think for the first time ever on this record, actually we have captured
that live sound.
That bit.
I've got a sort of feeling about that from Rat Race. I thought that seems to have captured that swagger you guys have live and captured that.
Well, it's the way we recorded
and
it.
We went all out. We went all out on this record. Like, we knew that, like, this is a record now where we want to make impact. And we got Kevin Shirley mixed it.
Wow.
So, yeah. Kevin Shirley mixed the record. So
that's amazing.
We went all out on this.
There was, I mean, like I said, the huge changes from that we got the pre-production. Then it was all recorded live, which is something that was never done. And then going from that with Kevin Shirley doing it, and it's definitely it's. I think what you were saying about you have to see us live. I think this time it has been captured.
Yeah.
That whatever happens, that bit of magic of just a band just setting up and playing. And
that's the thing, like, listening back to our records as well, we know there was something missing. So we wanted like, even though we're proud and love our previous albums, we knew
you wouldn't release them if you weren't proud of them.
There was that little bit of magic that we wanted to capture that we have not captured before, and I think that's on this record is what we've achieved.
Based on Rat Race, mate, I certainly thought that you definitely started to capture that. So looking forward to the rest of the album, dudes. I really am.
Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it, man.
No worries. Like I said, I'm a rock fan with a radio show, and I get to chat to some bands.
It's nice to just chat to someone who is Dan.
There's nothing worse than like first interview I got to do was Doug Aldrich of the Dead Daisies.
Okay.
Yeah. I got an email saying, I don't know how they found my show, but I got an email from their PR people saying, they're releasing. It was just after Glenn Hughes had joined, and they were saying, we're doing interviews. Would you like to interview it? And I'm like, yes. And I've sort of very meticulously sat down and wrote all these questions, and was a good little boy and did my homework. And I'm a big Dead Daisies fan anyway. And then me and Doug started talking, and we covered most of what I wanted to say anyway. And then we just started chatting, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Spent so long writing questions, and it was just. I
never really thought you have to do your homework for the interview. That kind of sounds a bit.
It's more me trying to make sure I've got my facts straight more than anything.
You don't want to so what band are you in?
I wouldn't interview anyone I didn't know, because I've seen that happen on festival TV, and it's bad enough.
Yeah,
there's nothing worse when you see that and they're just asking stock questions.
We've had a few of those interviews. Don't worry.
I remember seeing Download one year. There's someone was interviewing bands between sets, and they were showing it on the screen, and she was asking the same 6 questions to every band that came up. Jesus Christ! Just listen to a song, listen to an album, give it a bit of funk, just have a bit of something about it.
Yeah.
But well, at the beginning of the interview, we're going to play Rat Race in
awesome.
But what song of yours do you want us to air the interview out on, and we'll sort of sandwich it, as it were?
Fight Back. Let's Get Dirty.
Song. Hang 'em High.
Oh yeah, Hang 'em High. Actually, Hang 'em High
is a good one.
All right, dudes, we'll go with that. Well, thanks for your time, guys. It's been
cheers, bro.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
See ya.